This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Dang. The parable of the couch. The parable of the couch. Hey, girl. Anyway, y'all know I promote the whole select, non-select thing, and really it's just semantics. People be making a big deal out of it, but it's just another way of saying alpha, beta, 80-20, big dog on the yard, pecking order. Whatever term you want to use. It's just a different way of saying it, but, some people don't like the implications because I go deep. When I talk select, non-select, I really don't get too much into that social aspect of it. I'm looking at it from an underworld perspective, a sexual perspective. But hold on. Excuse me. Got a friend in Jesus. Yeah, we certainly do. But I'm just like, okay, these dudes aren't getting it. They be being remedial about this thing. So I'm gonna give y'all some visuals. Honey, you could have let me go, dude. Anyway. Give y'all some visuals since some people still can't get it. Alright? So here we go. When we talk about, I'm going to tell a story. The parable of the couch is from the 5th book of the Linus, the prophet of the great pumpkin, his sovereignty great pumpkin. Hallelujah. So there was once a woman named Elaine. And she was a decent sister. I mean, a little bit above average, adjustable 7. She wasn't no dime, but most sensible people wouldn't kick her out of bed. And mid-level professional, mid-level manager. You'd probably call her lower end of a 92 octane. And there was a gentleman named Charles who was trying to woo her. Now, Charles was an interesting guy. He had a little on paper. He had a lot going for him. Dude was a college graduate. Kept himself in decent shape. He wasn't super muscular or anything, but he kept himself in shape. He go to the gym, lift some minor weights and all of that. Decent. But he wouldn't make money as a dancer. And that's okay. So anyway, he was trying to woo her. Now this dude, he knew when he met her, he did the right thing. He took her out to dinner. And she gave him none. He would call her. He knew her favorite colors, her birthday. He would talk to her. He would listen to her. And he was hanging in there. She wasn't giving him no parts of the panties. Now, she never did have that speech with him about, hey, I just see you as a friend. So she never, dashed his hopes. But at the same time, she would just hang out with him. Dude text her. It'd be about, she might text him back in an hour or so. And never right away. And then, she have any issues, she'll talk with him about it. It could be that emotional sponge. Then one day, she making a little bit of money, decided to upgrade her apartment. So she needed help moving. Because, women don't like, they got some friends, that's their moving company right there. So he helped her move. By himself. Now, my man, most of the stuff, you got a dolly, you can move a lot. But the biggest thing to move wasn't even her beds or anything. Well, springs, they easy. It was moving her couch. It was a nice size couch, good size couch, but if you got a good dolly, you can move it. And her place had a service elevator, so all he had to do was get it to the elevator. He could roll it in. Boom, that's it. And he moved it around several times in there. Boom. And my man, he put in some work. So after he did all that, she gave him a good hug. Let him go home. And he's feeling like, it wasn't the normal church hug that she gave him. Instead of her pelvis being like 12 inches away, she moved it into 6 inches. So he felt like he was doing something. She held on like instead of a usual quick hug, she held on for about 3 seconds. So anyway, that's that. He went home and he was thinking, okay, I done did all this for her, helped her move her furniture, move that big ass couch around. He had to go home and take a shower and just try to relax, put some like muscle stuff on him, some of that CBD muscle relaxing or whatever it's called on. Shit, dude was a little sore. Now here's the irony. Charles wasn't Elaine's first choice as a person to help her move. The person she called initially was Joe. Now Joe, on paper, was similar to Charles. Charles had an education. Joe had an education. Charles made a good amount of money in corporate. Joe made a good amount of money in corporate. In fact, they were comparable on paper all the way across the board. Only difference is Joe had a few more muscles on him. More than a few. They lived in a gym. That was his sanctuary. Somebody gonna pick up on what I just said. Yeah, that was his sanctuary. So, a few days later, well, even before those few days later, Elaine had actually called Joe first. Like I said, she called him first. And, that was, he gave her, he said, well, you call a moving company. I don't feel like helping you move. Really, he just wanted to watch the game. He was just like, damn, please. It's like, and they've been on dates before. She would have to pay, whereas Charles would have to pay the otherwise, or she had to pay half at least. This dude was like, hey, no finance without romance. And in fact, he was kind of putting her in a friend zone. He wasn't really trying to mess with her like that, even though he found she was attractive. So he's, but she called him up a few days, invited him to her new place. He had some wine on and some sexy clothes. Now, mind you, when Charles took her out, she never wore anything sexy. She was very conservative, covering up everything. Shit, Joe, get over this. Shit, she got on like a little short dress that was showing all her thighs and everything. And she was sitting there. She got up, made him some food and everything. Made him a cherry pie. Yeah. Rom, people know Rom like that cherry pie. So, and then, you know what? She seduced him. Right on that goddamn couch. He did her. And y'all know how I'm going to say it. Well, on that couch. Now, the irony that a few days earlier, that Charles, who had been trying so hard and so nice to her, spent all this money on her, had actually moved the couch in, moved it several times and placed it, never occurred to her. Because, Joe had her hollering. That's the difference between select and non-select, People talk about like, I'm this and that, I got all this going on. All it does is come down to who gets sexual access to her room. That's it. All that other stuff is secondary. It's extra. It's icing. You know what? It's A1 sauce on the well-done steak, or however you eat your steak. All that extra stuff is the ketchup on the fries. That whole select, non-select is a pure sexual hierarchy. And in fact, that's why a lot of women, they'll deal with somebody sexually, but when they time to get married, they'll deal with that social guy. And then cheat with the sexual. Cheat with the sexual guy. Yeah. Because that's a key to it too. often many women will marry a non-select guy, and then keep that select guy just to tune her up maybe once a month or so. So if somebody still can't get it, it's nothing I could do or say. And I'm apologizing to some of my, inner circle who say, Rom, they ain't gonna get it. Why you keep trying? I don't know. Oh, you know why I know? Because some people just mislead some people out here, and they gonna be all fucked up, and then I'm like, okay, hold up. I'm telling you from the get-go. So, anyway, that's it for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.